Hey guys, what's up? So today's episode is going to be different again. We have a special guest on the show. Her name is Kehinde. Some people call her the Colster. She is an interesting individual. She's a neuroscientist, a Nigerian living and studying for her doctorate in America, and she's also one of the most prominent female nerds that I know. So we have a little bit of an interview discussion thing going on, and I hope you guys enjoy it. It was meant to expose what life from her perspective as a Nigerian gamer, a Nigerian nerd, anime, manga, movie watcher is like. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. It helps us out a lot.
Okay. First I'll start my name. My name is Kehinde Cole. I am 5'3", size 8, I guess, if we want to talk about myself. And I love tea. And I love food. I'm a big food lover. And I am a neuroscientist in the making.
In the making? How in the making?
I'm currently in my PhD program.
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
So when you're done with this, you should have a doctorate.
That's correct.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. So you're obviously on the Nigerian Nerd today.
Thank you for having me. Actually, I don't know if I said that.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm used to not being thanked for this, but yeah, you're the Nigerian Nerd today, which must mean that you are A, Nigerian, B, a nerd, and through C, you are a female. So why don't you explore that for us a little bit? How does that work?
Okay. First, talk about being a Nigerian nerd. I can't talk about being a Nigerian nerd without talking about being a female. So to talk about being a Nigerian female nerd, I have to talk about my own experiences personally. So being a female Nigerian nerd, I think you're faced with a lot of things, a lot of difficulties actually. It's very complex. First of all, there are certain rules that are put in place. And when I say rules, I mean them because a lot of people, mostly guys, even females actually, adhere to these rules as what a female Nigerian nerd or a Nigerian nerd should be. The first feedback you get is that you're faking it. And there's this thing called two different types of female nerds. You have the type A nerd, and then you have the type B nerd. The type A nerd is the one that wears glasses, comes into the room, announces herself that I am a nerd, I love nerd things. And she basically is the one that seeks for attention. So she's the fake nerd. And then the type B nerd, apparently, is the real nerd because she's the kind of person that makes herself small in the room. She doesn't announce herself, and she doesn't dress too, honestly, too sexual, because that's one of the ways that they actually even put us in the box. And she doesn't announce herself. Like I say, she's shy. So she's like a panda, right? Shy, but fun to be around. And she's the kind of girl that wears even her brother's hoodies because she doesn't dress too. So she's the real nerd. So when I talk about those rules, now in those two different categories I've talked about, you're not supposed to announce yourself. Rule number one, as a female nerd, because if you announce yourself, you're faking it. Number two, you're not supposed to dress a certain kind of way, because then if you do so, again, you're faking it. So you see, there's all these rules, and people basically adhere to them. So I had to be a certain kind of way to be accepted as a nerd, which didn't make sense. I have a twin brother. He is equally a nerd. Plays video games, watch animes like I do, watches one of my favorite movies of all time, Wolverine, like I do, but he doesn't have all of that. Like, the craziest thing about being a Nigerian nerd, a female Nigerian nerd, is what we have to face, what I have to face, which is this unimaginable box that you have to, like, when it comes to authenticity, for example, if we're talking about gaming, a guy, the only two things he has to do to prove that he's authentic: skill, knowledge. That's it. But for a female nerd, it's very different when it comes to gaming. If I show you my skill, is not enough. If I show you my knowledge base, it's still not enough. There's still other boxes that you need me to check. And that's something I had to go through constantly, every single time I was faced with that. So you're a nerd. Can you do this? Oh, yes, I can. Can you do this then? Yes, I can. What about this other stuff? And this other stuff? And so more hoops to jump. You're constantly.
And is this so that you are accepted into the group
And acknowledged.
as an equal?
As an equal, even better than the other person, because in every group or every
Skill levels aren't the same.
they're not.
Knowledge levels aren't the
It's
same.
not the same. But then you don't even put me there to begin with because I am female. But the good thing about gaming, for example, is whether you like it or not, if we play FIFA and we play 3 times and I win you consistently, not 1-0, 5-0, like you have to be mental at this point for you not to see that I am, come on now, I'm an amateur. I'm a pro at this, like.
In comparison to you, there's no competition, right? Okay, so I presume that this is from your interaction with male nerds. How has that been with females?
The funny thing is, I met 2 girls, and I actually now come to think of it, I never played them. I think maybe it was a thing where we knew how. There was one I know she was way better than me, but like I didn't feel like I should compete with her because we understood the struggle, just being female gamers. We understood what it was, so we're having therapy within ourselves about it. Because all we wanted to do was just have fun. It's kind of like getting dressed up and going out, having your makeup on. And that's whatever that's doing for the other person. This is what gaming is doing for me.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that people can acknowledge me. So I didn't actually play with them. But with them, they understood what the struggle was and we talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
But then in comparison to other females that don't play games, they really didn't understand it. Because
it's not girly, right? I feel it's like the stereotypes that men and women fulfill. Women don't necessarily fall into the category of gender that should be playing video games or reading comic books or watching anime or whatnot. I get that. So like with regard, what about family? Like how does your mom take to all of this? As you should be getting married, or you should be, that's the usual Nigerian expectation. But like how
you should be doing all these things.
Mm-hmm.
The funny thing is, my mom is a very unique human being, right? She never put me in this place where I felt like I couldn't do what I enjoyed doing. She bought us our first games, and when she buys video games for us, a console, she doesn't say, "Taye, this is for you." She just says, "I bought you guys game, and when you do good in school, then you're rewarded."
Yeah.
And then when I'm playing video games, she goes, "You enjoy it this way." You do. Okay, when you finish, come to the kitchen and come and help me. I'm like, "You bloody come to the kitchen and come and help me." Even now, the funny thing is, now you talk about my mom. I just told her not so long ago that she was asking about just my gaming life, I feel like things well-rounded in the things that I do. I was like, "Oh, I have a PS4. That's the new one. The last one I bought for you was PS4, I think PS something." I was like, yeah, I was like, PS4.
It's really adorable that you guys can have this conversation.
Oh, we do. Like, the funny thing is, I'm just saying one thing. When I was playing one particular video game, it was Bloodborne. And I told my mom I wanted her to see how crazy this game was. She was like, "How can I do?" I'm like, "Okay, I'm going to video call you." I video called my mom on my iPad and I set it on my bed because my bed is like directly looking at my TV. Set on my bed. And then she called my auntie. She's like, "She's not going to talk. She's playing."
Wow.
She's playing, yeah. So she gets it. So,
that's beautiful.
Oh, she doesn't pressure me about crazy things. She allows me to communicate with her. And that's what, I think that's what it should be.
That is crazy.